Hi! So we're just about to record another song for my band Wash, which prominently features the acoustic piano. So the question is, which piano sound are we going to use? Are we going to use the sound of the stage piano of our keyboard player? Or maybe an excellent acoustic piano that comes with Cubase? Or am I going to dig into my recently acquired pianos from the Native Instruments Complete Standard Collection? Well, let's have a look, a listen, and let's go. Yeah, so in the project that you're seeing here, there are 8 piano tracks in which I have the same part played by various piano VSTIs or the stage piano of our keyboard player. And just so that we could more easily compare them, I've turned down all very specific things that some of those VSTIs have, like additional pedal noises, felt sounds, even the reverbs of the pianos I turned off. And instead I added the same amount of reverb to all sounds by a recently released plugin, being the Quantum 2772 Evolution plugin. A very nice reverb that I made a video about, which I'll link in the description below. Now, all parts that you're going to hear in this demo will be from a song called The Calling by my band Wash. They are played by our keyboard player, Maarten de Raad. And I'll leave a link to the song in the description below as well, so you can stream it to your heart's content. And in addition, I also made a whole bunch of videos about how we produced this song from start to finish on this channel, and they're all collected in a playlist which I'll link at the end of this video. So let's get started. So the first track is an audio recording from the stage piano that our keyboard player is using in the band. It's not the Noire that you saw him earlier with, but it's actually a Roland EP880. So let's have a listen to the very quiet beginning of this song with some delicate piano playing. Yeah, very nice, very intimate sound. Now the next track is from a piano that's part of Cubase. Well, at least you need to install the Halion Sonic 3 Special Edition, but that comes free with Cubase. And then it's the sound set of the Yamaha S90 ES piano. And the sound of that E piano is again based on the sound of the Yamaha S700 grand piano. So let's have a listen. Yeah, different, a bit less full. So let's move on to the Giant, which is the first piano from the Native Instruments Standards collection. And if you look at the website, the Giant is a larger-than-life piano, intense and dynamic playing experience, sampled from the Clavin's Piano Model 370i, and it contains a dark alter ego ideal for cinematic use. So let's have a listen. Yeah, clearly a darker sound. Next up is the Maverick, again a contact piano, based on a characteristic vintage grand, one-of-a-kind, unconventional sound, state-of-the-art sample quality for rich, dynamic performance, sampled from a vintage 1905 grand piano. Let's have a listen. Absolutely vintage and also quite a dark sound, certainly compared to the first two contestants, the Roland piano and the Yamaha S19 ES. The Grandeur is next. The Grandeur is a vibrant modern grand, rich balanced sound with a modern singing tone, state-of-the-art sample quality for rich dynamic performance, sampled from a legendary classical concert grand. Let's have a listen to that one. Yeah, this one definitely sounds brighter than the last two, a bit more in line with the Roland and the Yamaha. So let's go to the next one, the Gentleman, an upright piano, A smooth vintage upright, expressive, beautifully modulated tone, state-of-the-art sample quality for rich dynamic performance. I guess they say that of all their libraries. And this one was sampled from a vintage upright built in 1908. So also quite an old piano. Nice, subtle vintage. Next up is Noire, which is again a grand piano. And this one is an evocative concert grand. Nils Fram's concert grand, meticulously sampled in the legendary Space. Pure, foul-dampened and sound designs versions available with extensive customization options. And there's an innovative particles engine that can spark ideas for solo compositions, scoring and more. Okay, for this demo I chose the pure version of the piano, so no felt dampening or anything of that. And I also disabled the particles engine, so there would be no additional sounds to it. So it's more in line with the other pianos again. But if you want to try this, it does have some remarkable ability to add some non-piano sounds to the whole soundstage, which is quite special. But let's listen to it without all the extra things. Alright. And the last one is Una Corda. That's also a bit of a specialist piano. You can already see it from the picture over here. A distinctive pure piano, evocative tones from a one-of-a-kind handcrafted upright piano, full range of distinct sound characters from soft and resonant to percussive and textural, sampled in intimate detail to deliver everything from up-close realism to resonant overtones. And this one is also the biggest contact library that I'm showing you in this demo. It comes in around 10 gigabytes. But for this demo, I've chosen the pure basic sound. Again, to be more in line with the other sounds and to be able to easily compare them. Let's have a listen. Yeah, it does sound like this one is much more roomy and ambient, but the space is definitely turned off and it has the same amount of reverb as the other pianos, so it must be part of the samples what you're hearing. So what do you think? Any conclusions yet? If you already feel that you have some observations after listening to this, please leave them in the comments. I'm really curious. And if by this time you like the video or find it useful, please give it a thumbs up for the YouTube algorithm, subscribe to the channel, and if you want to know when I post another video, you can push the little bell icon. I also have lots of affiliate links in the description to these stores, so if you want to support the channel, just buy anything at those stores after clicking one of those links and I'll get a small commission without any extra cost to you. Now next up we're going to listen to the same pianos again, but this time I will not talk in between, so it may be easier to compare, and we're going to listen to a more heavy part in the song The Calling. So let's see how these pianos handle the more heavy-handed playing. Yeah, so what do you think when listening back to back? Which one do you like best for this kind of track and piano part? Let me know in the comments, I'm really curious. For me, I think I like the Grandeur best, even though the original Roland sound does quite well in this comparison as well. It's definitely a very mix-ready sound, it's quite wide. I think there is some kind of widening effect on there, which is not on the other pianos. So that's why I like the Grandeur, because I think that's also a very mix-ready sound, but it seems to have less processing and be more a real piano sound. But in a mix, the difference can be splitting hairs. The standard Cubase piano, the Yamaha one, sounds a bit too thin for me in this context. Maybe it's very good in a very dense pop mix, but when the piano is featured very heavily, I think I would like a sound with a bit more basic low end. Although you can always dial it in with EQ, of course. I think it's nice to have more low end by default. All the other sounds, I think they were much more dark than these three. And to me, they initially evoke a bit more of a cinematic sound. Although again, you can really do a lot with EQ. And I know some pop producers that actually like the gentleman in their tracks, because they can really craft it into something that fits. But again, let me know how you feel. And if you want to know all about the track that you're hearing and how we produced it as a band, you can have a look at this playlist, which contains a lot of videos on all aspects of the production and mix. Have a look, enjoy, and see you soon.